I probably would have called you a liar.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Comstock Channel. We're here at Commodity Classic in Denver, Colorado. Glad to have you with us as we take a look at some new technology out there in farm country. And this is exciting for me. I'm a big fan of what you do. We're talking with AgriSpray drones right now, and we have Chase Plumer with us from the company. You have a nice display here at the Commodity Classic show. Very popular item, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of interest.
All right, so let's take a look at it. You're not talking about drones this big. You're talking about drones.
Oh, sir, we're like 12 feet tip to tip.
Wow.
Span, yeah.
12 feet?
Yep. Tip to tip on the wings, yep.
Nice.
Yes.
Are they strictly for spraying, or what do you do? Really?
Yes.
Dry fertilizer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
It's amazing how far we've come on that. So give us an idea of these. People always, they want to ask, how far can you go? They can't hold very much. The tanks aren't all that big.
Sure.
What kind of capacity of a tank are you talking on? That's actually quite a coverage area. I didn't know they would go that far. So I've got one of these little, I call them a pocket drone, they're not very big.
Yeah.
Has a battery like about that big, like a matchbox,
Yeah.
And I don't think the batteries on these are quite that small. These are pretty high-tech batteries on here. Explain them. Is that what they call the LifePo batteries, the newer style?
Correct.
Are you limited on range? Like how far away from your handheld control unit can you go and come back?
6,600 feet, I believe, is how far you can go. Yeah, we have no trouble spraying a mile one direction or past a mile one direction.
Oh, is that right?
That is correct.
What kind of a swath can you take if you're spraying liquid? You and I were talking a little bit ago before we started the interview. You, of course, you obviously have to refill it and everything. And people at home that are watching this, they may be thinking, well, that's so tedious.
Yep.
That would take forever. You got to refill the tank and you got to switch the batteries and everything.
Yeah.
That's not really a big deal, is it? Well, in the old days, the Stone Age, when I used to farm, back then you'd put on chemicals and you had to have 20-gallon of carrier.
Yeah.
And now they have these low-rate chemicals. You don't need that anymore, especially if you're doing insecticide, right?
That's correct.
I would imagine now in your case, I'm sure you're certified.
Yes.
There are FAA regulations that have to do with these bigger drones like this. What do you have to keep in mind if you're a farmer thinking about getting one? What about sealing requirements? Or going behind a barn? One thing that I know would be of keen interest back where I came from and in many parts of the country now, wind farms everywhere.
Yeah.
And, airplane pilots, the spray pilots, are having fits over that because they don't want to fly in there.
No.
I mean, it's like flying into a forest.
Yeah.
Can these navigate around all them? I mean, can that be mapped out and you just tell it go and it'll go?
Absolutely. Yes.
Really? I love that.
Yeah.
So, how tedious of a job is that if you need to set up an initial map for your fields out there? How do you do that? So what do you do? Just manually fly around everything
Yeah,
to set a boundary, or? I'm guessing that it has some sort of sensors on there if you have like a high, sharp rise in the field, or maybe a cutout riverbank or something. It's not going to fly right into it. Well, now give me an idea. When we sat down and started talking, you said that the 12 feet is your biggest.
Yeah.
Does that mean? I mean, you're talking diameter, right? Do you have smaller ones too? Not necessarily you guys. You're making this one for now. Okay. Interesting stuff. And then you were talking about the changeover. You know, if you go till the battery starts running down, or you run the tank empty, you got to come back and refill and start over again. You said when you were getting into it, you could do it in maybe a minute. How about now? That is so cool that you can do all that.
Yeah.
Truly a pit stop in the field. You guys use like a nurse truck with a platform on top, or how do you do it? So do you see in the future things coming where, you know, like when you apply fertilizer nowadays, you can have a split hopper.
Yeah.
And you can do like mixing on the go. Do you see that coming in the drone industry? Is there a wind restriction? I mean, a certain amount of wind speed that you have to stay under before you can use them or not?
Sure.
So do you sell these, lease them? What do you do?
We sell them.
How prohibitive are they, if you don't mind me asking? So you're talking just for the drone? And then you have to get your own training or hire somebody that is, right? Interesting stuff. If somebody wants to learn more about these or maybe get in touch with you, I'm guessing you probably have a website.
Yes, agrispraydrones.com.
Agrispraydrones.com. Is that all one word? Any hyphens in there?
Nope, all one word.
Agrispraydrones.com.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when you get in touch with them, just put a bug in their ear that, hey, I saw that Comstock Channel podcast from Commodity Classic, and I wanted more information about that, and they'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Chase, it's been a pleasure. Best of luck to you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it very much.
Excellent product information, and you might want to go check that out at their website. Appreciate it a lot. Well, that'll do it for this episode here from Commodity Classic. I'm so glad you could join us. Thanks a bunch. Appreciate that. For producer Brian Jenkins, I'm Marlon Bowling. We'll catch you next time here on the Comstock Channel.
Futures trading involves risk. The risk of loss in trading futures and or options is substantial, and each investor and or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance is not indicative of future results.